Tecumseh!
Let's get Shawn. Shawn, you're early.
I'm early?
Show didn't start till 8 o'clock in 6 weeks.
Ah! Well, I'm usually late, so this is good news.
Good for you.
Brandon, so good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Oh my gosh, Tecumseh, what a cool show this is.
It is a cool show. It's I've spent my whole life here in one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it has a way of getting its fists right into you and keeping you around.
So tell the backstory. I mean, you are from here.
Yeah, I grew up here in Chillicothe.
Uh-huh.
Worked here through high school. Went off to college and left Chillicothe for 20 some years. And then was lucky enough when the job opened up to get it and move back home, and it's great. My family's close.
This is awesome.
It's good to be back home. I've always loved Chillicothe in Ohio.
I love this whole, is it called an amphitheater still?
Yes.
Okay, so this being the 50th year for Tecumseh just blows my mind. How has the production changed? And then we should also tell the story a little bit.
Sure, so the background is that Tecumseh was born very close to here, over towards Yellow Springs, but grew up just down the road here. His father's village was here in Chillicothe.
Huh.
And he was a leader of the Shawnee people in the late early 1800s and became world famous due to his attempt to build a Pan-American Confederation of Indian tribes with which to prevent the further westward expansion of the United States. And he nearly pulled it off. He was defeated in Indiana, after which he joined the British Army in the War of 1812, and he was killed during that war.
Okay. So, the show is so full of action. You've got the horses and the cannons and explosions in the water.
Yeah.
How do you train horses to come into an amphitheater setting and everybody hit their mark?
Well, I don't. The horses kind of freak me out a little bit, actually, if I'm being honest. But we have the best people in the business on it. That's really the key, is to hire good people who know what they're doing, can do it safely, can do it repetitively, night after night after night. A team of 3 people takes care of about 10 horses, and they will train the other actors to ride as well. So we have equestrians who learn how to act, and we have actors who learn how to ride horses.
How many in the cast?
About 45.
Wow, that's a big cast.
It's a big cast.
And people who have never experienced it, what do you think, what's their reaction typically?
It's kind of all over the map, little kids come and they're just cool with seeing the explosions of horses. They love that. People remember coming here with their grandparents when they were little kids, and now they're bringing their kids to see it again. So there's a lot of memories that get made. My hope is always that the story that we're telling will touch people in a way where they want to learn more about it, because you can't pack everything into a 2-hour show, right? But that's the hope, and I think the story at its core is really about what can happen when a community comes together towards a common goal. And I think that speaks to everybody, whether or not they're familiar with the history of it or not. That theme, I think, can tick something in the brain that goes, I can identify with these people.
And it runs through Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
Okay. And for people that are going to come, they should know it's an evening production.
Yeah, 8 o'clock it starts, Monday through Saturday. It runs a little over 2 hours. That includes an intermission. And the show is created in a way that the first act happens in the daylight, and the second act happens under the stage lights.
It's something.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced it for a few years, but I know the 50th year has to be very special.
It sure is. I believe my first year as theater manager was the 25th anniversary.
Wow.
And I remember thinking, it's just amazing that anything can stick around for 25 years, and now here we are celebrating 50.
And here we are.
Yes, yes.
I get it. So tell people if they do want to experience this, they can plan pretty much for a family production. And this is not anything they have to be concerned about in that way.
Exactly. It's a loud show.
Yeah.
There is some violence in the show.
Okay.
And we always recommend that people who have kids, if they're concerned about, being scared by the gunshots or by the sight of blood or anything like that, bring them to the backstage tour. Because we show exactly how all that's done. Everything is fake. They get to meet the actors. They get to hear the guns go off, and it's all explained to them so that they can just sit and enjoy the show and not worry about that. But the violence that's it's really in 2 places. It's a lot. It can be a lot.
Okay.
But it's also pretty true to what actually happened.
Of course. Yeah. So, if people are ready to come celebrate your 50th, and congratulations, by the way. Yeah. And if you need a femme fatale, please let me know.
You're hired.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you. Good to see you.